First, let's create a scaffold that contains 6 parts. One for the 5 Latin pairs, and one for what I call a non-Latin pair. As you can see by the color transformation of the squiggly blue border, starting at the upper left, curving around, and ending toward the bottom left, we make a progression from the most front vowels to the most back, though the non-Latin pair prevents a perfect such sequence. While we know that there is a lot of activity happening in the articulators and resonators, let's designate the top of the scaffold to vowel shapes that require an adjustment of the jaw, and the bottom of the scaffold to vowel shapes that require an adjustment of the lips. Vowels in hand, step 1. Limit the number of vowels. Shown here are their international phonetic alphabet characters. Depending on whom you read, there are upwards of 20 American English vowels. We need a quantity that is large enough to accommodate every American English word and small enough to keep each radically individual and manageable. For example, was left out because I don't want my singers using that vowel usually anyway. I also eliminated the schwa and the schwa with the R tail, since my singers were confused that some unstressed syllables have their own IPA characters while others don't. However, I didn't lose those sounds, since the 2 shapes are absorbed by and respectively. As stated, the infinite amount of colors has been reduced to 7. Also in Western music, we divide the scale containing innumerable pitches to 12. Therefore, let there be a pantheon of 12 and only 12 English vowels. To help tether these immortals to something concrete, 12 and only 12 keywords will be used. These keywords are in pairs. As I will show you shortly, and much more briefly than a real situation would demand, these 12 keywords will help instill the shapes into your collective consciousness. Once the vowels have been imprinted and sculpted, a red velvet rope is placed around them so they can be cherished and meticulously maintained. Now, it doesn't matter how any of us say these keywords in our lives, but these 12 keywords are said the same in our rehearsal room and concert hall, forevermore. The 12 keywords are attached to 12 never-before-seen hand gestures, which are shown here from your point of view. Coming full circle, 12 hand gestures link back to the IPA symbols. This is how the system works. I want to communicate my desired shape for a particular syllable. I hold up that gesture, which brings that exact vowel shape to mind. You, in turn, note that with IPA in your score, taking much of the mystique out of vowel unification. If I start to hear any discrepancies, I can perform some much-needed maintenance on the vowel shapes by reviewing the keywords. The system also works in performance. I have landed on a long vowel in performance many times, hearing a lack of vowel unification. When I offer the gesture, the errant singers fall in line. Let's experience a short demo of the system. You will now see drawings that will help you internalize the exact formation of the hand. As you see, these umbrella shapes will be deconstructed for the individual 12 vowel shapes. Here is where a sweet kiss happens. Mimic my movements and repeat after me. Sweet kiss. As you can notice, sweet is more forward than kiss. Your brain cells are up here. Brain cell. Again, brain is more forward than cell. Here is my tan top. Tan top. Once again, tan is more forward than top. Let's skip over the non-Latin pair. Here is a tall dome. Tall dome. For help in remembering, you can see how the hands mimic the IPA symbols. Here is where you put your good food.
Good food.
Notice how the hand becomes kind of a puppet, mimicking the mouth and lips on the words good food. Finally, imagine a rough surf.
Rough surf.
Notice that the latter sound approximates an R, but never fully commits to it. Again, this orientation takes considerably longer in practice, because the conductor has to listen intently and continue to shape until the singer's collective sound is identical as possible on each vowel. The system requires a great deal of commitment and consistency on the front end, but saves so much time in the long run. Thank you for allowing me to share this unique method with you.